Well, what a final this is going to be. As you said, guys, hold your breath and wait and see.
Yes, you might not have to hold your breath for too long when the race gets underway. There's the lineup. Guliev, Alep, two Europeans on the inside. Then we get the American continent. Steve Mullings, Wallace Spearman, Usain Bolt, Alonso Edward, Charles Clark and Sean Crawford. The great man, the world record holder, the triple Olympic champion, Usain Bolt going in lane 5 rather, and Wallace Spearman just inside him in lane 4. There's the comparisons of their best. Both, of course, former medalists. Usain Bolt started in these World Championships in 2005 and was 8th. Then he moved on to get the silver medal in 2007 for the USA. Now let's hear the roar when the great man is introduced to the crowd. Usain Bolt, the world record holder, the Olympic champion, already with a fantastic world record at 100 metres in these championships. Flashlights are ringing, shining out all around us here as people take this moment of history on their mobile phones. They can say, all this 70,000 or so crowd, that they were here when Usain Bolt ran the 200 metres in Berlin. We just don't know quite how much that's going to mean yet. The men's 200 metres, just like the 100 metres, keenly anticipated, and probably be an even bigger crowd here tonight. It's 8:30 in the evening, but it's warm. The conditions are excellent here in the Olympic Stadium, and Usain Bolt is ready for this event. He goes in lane 5 as the starter calls the athletes to their blocks. Ramil Guliev of Azerbaijan, David Elat of France, Steve Mullings of Jamaica, Wallace Spearman of USA, Usain Bolt of Jamaica, Alonso Edward, Panama, Charles Clark, USA, Sean Crawford, USA. Usain Bolt in the middle, in lane 5. Spearman and Edward either side of him. A false start on the inside in lane 2, David Alert. So the whole process of the build-up has to start again.
I think it's worth it, actually. I'm quite enjoying it, Peter. Just the excitement you get in the stadium is absolutely palpable. Look at the stadium behind, absolutely packed. Look at the way that as soon as that starter fired the gun, the flashlight of everybody trying to capture a bit of this moment in history.
Alerte with the false start. It is absolutely packed in this stadium. There are far more people here tonight than were here for the 100 metres. Are they going to see another piece of sporting history in this historic arena?
Still waiting for Sean Crawford to come back to his blocks. He's very slowly making his way from quite a long way out. Does he care?
Not a bit. His ability to relax on occasions like this is quite remarkable.
There's Wallace Spearman in lane 4. Sean Crawford took his time to come back to his blocks. He goes in lane 8 in his 200 metres final in the 12th IAF World Championships, Berlin 2009. Usain Bolt in the middle lane. It's Guliev of Azerbaijan, Alert of France, Mullings of Jamaica, Spearman USA, Bolt Jamaica, Edward Panama, Clark USA, Crawford USA. The world record holder in lane 5. One full start against Alert. But away safely this time, and here's the big man, already up on Edward, already up on Clark. The rest of the field are being left behind. Fast run by Mullings and Spearman inside him. But here comes the great man, Usain Bolt, charging down the straight. As best they can, the other men are trying to follow it. Mullings and Spearman. Spearman finishing fast. Bolt wins. Bolt wins. And Bolt has smashed his own world record. Just as he did in Beijing. He gets world records in both the 100 metres and the 200 metres. It was 1930 in Beijing. It's 1920 here.
We dared to dream, and he has provided an epic moment once again here in Berlin. This man is just out of this world. The entire stadium were on their feet. He was miles clear, and then it was just a question. Surely not another world record. Oh yes, and by a tenth of a second.
0.11. It's officially 19.19 for that new world record. Steve Ovett.
1919. That's the number to remember, isn't it? I don't know, Usain Bolt, Usain Bolt. This is ridiculous. You can't keep breaking world records as easy as this guy does. He turns it on. Beautiful running. Absolutely beautiful running. He doesn't even look stressed. I think there's even more to come. I think he could go lower again if he really put himself up. He tried. Let's give him credit. He could have just exactly. He points to the stars, and he is a star man. He could have just taken it easy. We would have accepted that, but no, he wants to go out all the time. And when you're in this sort of form, when you're in this sort of form, why not go for it? That's the closest anybody's ever got to tonight. The bear was closer.
Well, now let's just concentrate also on what happened behind him. A fantastic run by Alonso Edward of Panama, just set an area record at 19.81. What a Spearman took the bronze at 1985, far faster than his run before this year. Sean Crawford 1989, Steve Mullings 1998, 5 men under 20 seconds, but the rest of them left so far behind between the now traditional picture of the man himself against the new world record.
It is hard to believe that for the second season in succession, he has 2 global titles and 2 world records, almost unheard of. He's the double Olympic champion and he's the double world champion, and he left the quality field totally adrift.
Let's have a look at it again. Bolt in 5, and he really is very quickly into running. Let's look at what Steve Ovett said. There's Edward, who comes on to eventually to win the silver medal. And Bolt's past him already. He comes up past Clark. Behind him, Spearman, who always leaves, is running late. He's running hard. But they all just have to stare and wonder. Look at that high knee lift of this man coming towards the finish. This is sprinting at its super best. Does he ease down before the line? Not really, I think, and he dips as well.
Well, he had to work very hard to break Michael Johnson's world record when he won the 200 metres in Beijing. And this was, as it was with the 100 metres a few days ago, another step up in class. He's glancing at the clock. He's waiting to see, have I done it again? Yes, I certainly have. His confidence, his sense of fun, and his unbelievable ability have lit up the entire world, and everybody who's in this stadium tonight can count themselves lucky that they've witnessed a unique moment in sporting history. This stadium is synonymous with Jesse Owens, but in many years to come, people will also talk about how Usain Bolt lit up this track here in Berlin. Just phenomenal to watch. We may never see the likes of Usain Bolt again. He is a one-in-a-generation athlete, and he is producing moments here that people will remember for the rest of their lives.
Beautiful running. Look at that. That's the first time that you'll see Usain Bolt grimace. And because he wanted that record, he looked across at the clock, and there, pointing to it, 1919. Remember that, 1919. What a great performance by one of the best athletes we've ever seen.
When I was in Atlanta in 1996 and I saw Michael Johnson run that 200 metres in 1933,
I did too.
I thought that might do it for my lifetime.
I did too. I actually did too.
And now we've seen this man smash it twice.
Well, I don't know. If someone comes along better than him, well, that would be something to see, but I don't think so.
For now, let's just savour what an amazing man and what a just incredible performance.